They're constantly replacing, regenerating, repurposing, renewing stuff. But cities don't do that except in a haphazard way. The mayor sits around waiting for some private developer to come along and propose a project, and the city says yes or no. So that's a very reactive mode. They're not really taking charge of their city's future. So the first step of this process is to put together an ongoing program for revitalization or resilience, or preferably both of them, because both revitalization and resilience come from exactly the same activities, which is repurposing your existing assets, your natural assets, built assets, socioeconomic assets. And when you find a viable new purpose for those old assets, like you're doing with your houses, then the next step is renewing them. And the reason the repurposing comes first is you've got to come up with a viable new purpose for the property in order to raise the money you need to do that second step, which is renewing it. Nobody's going to invest in something if you can't show how it's going to be revitalized as a result. The third part is the one that most people forget about, is that after you've repurposed and renewed a property or an asset of some sort, you need to reconnect it, because in most cases, assets have been disconnected from the community in some way, whether it's ecologically or they don't have proper infrastructure, so the traffic can't get in there, or they don't have broadband internet, or whatever the level of connectivity might be. That's where you can usually double or triple the value of your renovating work. So that's the ongoing program. The next step is, once you've got this program together, you need to come up with a shared vision for the future, which acts as the what builders call performance specification. So it guides what you want the end result to look like. The next step is a strategy to achieve that vision. This is one that virtually everybody forgets about. Everybody likes to use the word strategy, but when you actually ask them, okay, what's your strategy? They'll say, oh, here it is. And they'll plunk a 400-page plan on the table. I say, no, excuse me, that's a plan. What's your strategy? And they'll say, oh, no, that's a strategic plan. Yeah, okay. It's a strategic plan. So what is the strategy in the plan? Open up the page and point to the strategy. And then they'll realize, okay, I guess a plan and a strategy aren't the same thing. So then they'll say, oh, our strategy is to improve quality of life and grow jobs. I'll say, no, that's a vision. That's the
Mhm.
end result you're shooting for. What is your strategy for achieving success? A strategy is, the sole purpose of a strategy is to achieve success. So a strategy's primary purpose is to overcome obstacles to achieving the vision. So how are you going to, what are your obstacles?